The last time Oklahoma kicked off a season against a blue and white team from Utah, well, it really didn't go so well. Still, the Sooners had every reason to believe that things would go differently this time, as Utah State was certainly no BYU. The Aggies finished 113th in total defense last season. Still, the Aggies were led by dynamic quarterback DeAndre Burrell, who had them averaging almost 440 yards per game. Of course, last year's stunning season-opening loss was in Jerry World, not in a sold-out Owen Field, where Bob Stoops had led the Sooners to 30 straight wins at home. Things certainly started off positive enough as DeMarco Murray took his first carry of the day and darted 39 yards, all the way to the Utah State 30. 5 plays later, Landry Jones found Ryan Broyles, and the elusive junior jetted into the end zone for OU's first score of the day. Sooners led 7-0, 1:37 into the game. Midway through the first, Utah State was driving down the field when DeAndre Burrell was picked off by sophomore cornerback DeMontre Hurst at OU's 22-yard line. Hurst looked like he was headed to the house. He took it back 49 yards, inside the Aggies' 30-yard line. Under 3.5 minutes later, it was DeMarco Murray scoring on a 1-yard little scamper. He kind of jogged in. The Sooners' lead was 14 with under a minute remaining in the first. Murray had 84 yards, rushing on 16 carries in the first quarter. Midway through the second quarter, Landry Jones threw it to Broyles 3 straight times, encompassing 70 yards, and ending with this 21-yard strike. OU led 21-0 with 6:21 left in the first half. Utah State would score 10 before the half and then make it 17 unanswered with this 42-yard pass from DeAndre Burrell to Dontel Watkins 5 minutes into the second half. Jonathan Nelson was burned on the play. Suddenly it was 21-17 with 25 minutes remaining. Watkins led the Aggies with 91 yards receiving. But it didn't take long for the Sooners to respond. DeMarco Murray took the handoff, hit the sideline, and was long gone, jogging to the line. 63-yard run made it 28-17 with under 8 minutes left in the third. Murray had a huge night, carrying the ball 35 times for 218 yards and 2 touchdowns. OU would add a 32-yard Patrick O'Hara field goal before Utah covered 70 yards in only 4 plays, capped by the nice catch by Xavier Martin on a 31-yard pass from Burrell. Sooners were up only 7, 31-24, with 2.5 minutes left in the third. Burrell finished 17 of 36 for 341 yards and 2 touchdowns with 3 interceptions. Final coming with under 5 minutes left in the game as Jamal Fleming ended the Aggies' hopes of a monumental upset and solidified the 31-24 OU win. It's the 800th win in the program's history. Oklahoma becomes just the 7th program to reach the milestone. Meanwhile, DeMarco Murray's 218 rushing yards are a career high. He eclipsed his previous mark by 90 yards. His 35 carries were also a career high. After the surprise whack attack, head coach Bob Stoops was adamant about his team's needed improvement.
We got a ton of work to do, and so we'll start at it, first thing on Monday. But I can't say that they haven't been working hard and well. I think we have. I think it just shows them that you have to bring it to the game, regardless of who you're playing, but we've got a lot of improving to do.
We didn't play as good as we wanted to play, but we still got to win. So, that's a positive. We could have learned all these things and lost the game. So, you're never as good as you think you are, and you're never as bad as you think you are. So, we'll come in tomorrow, watch tape, check it out, see what we did wrong, and fix it, learn from it, forget about it, and move on to Florida State,
Things just didn't go our way. We let them stick in the game. But as far as preparing, I don't think there's just some mental errors, I think, by both sides of the ball that we could have controlled, but we just have to be more locked in and more invested.
We might have been a little bit off on both sides of the ball tonight, but we're always going to have a chance to play great D, and if we can run the ball. So there was a commitment to do that. There was a commitment to try to take care of the ball. We had 2 turnovers, a batted pass on the tackle, and a screen that we didn't execute properly. Other than that, it needs to be better, but there were some things we wanted that we weren't far off. So it wasn't perfect, but most game ones aren't. We got to be better. We'll see if we can move on from there.
The general theme is, we did a poor job of getting our guys ready to play, and so coaches and players will have ownership in it, and I'm embarrassed as a coach that let that product out there tonight, and That being said, there's no question in my mind that we've got guys that are capable of playing at a very high level and that will respond.
The main thing is it's a humbling experience. You know, as players, we thought we were top of the world, ranked 7th, you know, all that. But a Utah State team comes in here and they almost beat us. So it's a great humbling experience as a team, you know, as a defense and as players, a great humbling experience. So, you know, I hope our players see that doesn't matter who we're playing, they can come in here and you know, get after you. And that's what Utah State did today.
It's tough to think that a team with a 31-game home win streak could be an underdog at home, but the Sooners may be just that when Florida State comes to town next weekend. While Oklahoma struggled to score 31 points in a win over Utah State, the Seminoles scored 35 points in an 11-minute span in a 59-6 drubbing of Samford. Reporting from Owen Field in Norman, Damon Fontenot, News OK Sports.